Binangkal Penelope. I am Ron Jane A. Halang, together with Miss Judiza Dane Abalye, and we are the presenters. Table of contents. First is the region, second, author's biography, third one is the vocabulary words, fourth is the understanding the context and the characters, fifth is the Binangkal Penelope poetry, and the last one is the theme, literary devices, conflicts, and the point of view. Region 7 or the Central Visayas. We can see in the left side the Philippine map, and that part with the red color is where the Central Visayas is located. The Region 7 or Central Visayas is composed of four provinces: Cebu, Bohol, Negros Oriental, and Siquijor. Central Visayas is the second smallest region in the Philippines with a total land area of 14,923 square meters.
Now let us proceed to the author. Binangka Penelope was written by Corazon Almerino or Cora Almerino. She was a Cebuano Visayan writer. Her poems were included in Sinugang, a Cebuano trio, was published by Women in Literary Arts in 1999. She is well known for her powerful and evocative poetry that explores the themes of love, loss, and female empowerment. While there isn't much publicly available information about her private life, her literary contributions have made a significant impact in Cebuano literature.
Vocabulary words. Binangkal means tough pastry rolled in sesame seeds. Ginansilyo o gansilyo, to crochet. Gilamat, being enchanted. Sulunga or attack. Mapanas, erasable. Pagtukaw means vigil or watch. Daman, sleep talking or qualm. Tipigi, to keep.
So now let us proceed to understanding the context and a brief information about the character. So on the left side of the screen, as you can see, we have there Binangkal. So as you can see in the picture, that is what Binangkal looks like. So binangkal is a deep fried dough ball coated with sesame seeds, and it is a popular snack in the Philippines. And I believe that all of us already know what binangkal is. So in the poem, the binangkal symbolizes the woman's broken heart and the pain she endures. So later on, as we read the poem, we can learn why she is suffering. And now on the right side, we have Penelope. So um, she is the main character of the story of the poem. She's the protagonist. So a reference to this is, or it is more like from Homer's Odyssey, famous for Penelope's unwavering loyalty to her husband Odysseus. So a brief background about Homer's Odyssey um, is that, to make the long story short, they fell in love with each other. They have a son, and later on, a war happened because of her cousin's relationship, something. And as he was also a king, he fought also to bring peace and order to their land. And um later on, as the war continues, and then he got stuck in an island for about 10 years. So this is now what we this is where we can find Penelope's, or we can encounter Penelope's unwavering loyalty to her husband Odysseus, because for that 10 years they were separated. I mean, not relationship separated, they were just separated in place. Like, you know, Odysseus stranded in an island for 10 years while Penelope is at their hometown, at their place, at their palace with her son. So many suitors of Penelope trying to win her love. However, they all failed as Penelope gave them a challenging task wherein only Odysseus can accomplish that task. So there is a minor characters, I guess, in the prose, which is her husband and the narrator, or the speaker, that could be her friend, her neighbors, her relatives. Yeah. Binangkal Penelope is an example of a prose. It is written in free verse with 7 stanzas and 24 lines, and Cora Almerino uses vulgar words and funny terms to catch the reader's attention to make them more interesting and curious about the literary piece. And also, it is originally written in the Cebuano language. However, there is also a Tagalog translation which will also be presented in the next slides. So without anything else, let us proceed to the literary piece. On stanzas 1 and 2, we could see that the theme is Penelope waiting frustratedly with her husband. So there isn't a particular reason stated in the prose about her husband's absence. However, the speaker, the narrator, suggests directly told Penelope that, uh, or suggest Penelope to, stop waiting for her husband. Her husband could be unfaithful, or just busy about something, problems, a lot more things could happen. But yeah, the speaker suggests Penelope to stop waiting for her husband, and that to distract herself from the pain, to keep her busy, and yeah, distract herself from pain. She should, crochet to pass time also as she waits for her husband. And on stanzas 3 and 4, we could see that the theme there is an empowered action. So the speaker encourages Penelope to, encourages Penelope to find a way to cope with her situation, to cope up with the pain, suggesting that she should go to the store, buy a lot of binangkal, or if she could cook, she knows how to bake, then she should make a lot. This is just a way of, you know, dealing with her pain, her frustration, and is also a form of self care. So it is an empowered action, as you can see that um, even though that her current situation wasn't the best, as she is longing for someone, she is waiting for someone, she still, someone was still there for her to encourage her despite the situation that she might, we don't know, but as we analyze, really feels she feels in pain, she suffers, and coping with it isn't really easy. So um it is an advantage if there is someone to help you cope up with that pain, with that suffering that you experience. On stanzas 5 and 6, it is about acknowledging Penelope's pain. The speaker acknowledges that even if Penelope's husband come home, will return to her, the husband's absence cannot erase the pain Penelope feels. Seventh stanza, or the last stanza, we have there bitterness and defiance. The speaker suggests Penelope to continue making binangkal that symbolizes her ongoing sufferings and the emotional toll that she experienced. In the final line, which states, "Iniguli ato niya, inigtungtong niya ni anang putahana, gubata dayon og pinangkal," which says, which means striking. So this could literally mean throwing binangkal at his husband, like literally throwing, or she could just vent out or run out her emotions at him, or physically, we don't know. But stated there that she is going to give him give him a taste of the pain that she suffers. So to summarize things, or yeah, so as we can see, Penelope is truly a faithful wife, a loyal wife, wherein we could not see that despite the absence of her husband, she did she was not involved, or yes, she was not involved in other romantic relationships or romantic things, but we could see that she was really struggling, she was suffering, she was um it was hard for her coping with the situation, with the pain, with longing for someone without a hint of the person will come back or not. So the pain she suffers was really hard. It was torturing, some would say, because because your mental health here in Penelope's situation will be disrupted, will be challenged. So yeah. However, the speaker also helped Penelope, suggest advice, give advices to her about their thoughts to help her cope up with the situation.
Frustrated waiting in the story. Penelope, kumain ka na lang ng binangkal. Walang kwenta yang walang katapusang pagganchilyo. Yang walang katapusang paghihintay sa taong hindi marunong umuwi sa kanyang pamamahay. Hindi iyon ginayuma. Marami lang sigurong dinaanan. Marami rin sigurong nakapulupot na babae sa kanya. Empowered action. Barog dinha og sulunga ang tindahan nilang nang kikay. Ug pakyawa ang iyang mga binangkal. Kun kahibalo ka muluto, hala, pagluto og daghan. Hay Penelope, kung tinuod man gani nga nasaag ug gilamat gyud siya, dili gihapon niya mapanas ang mga gabii sa imong pagtukaw, ang imong mga daman, ang imong kahingawa. Acknowledge pain. Kitkita og ub-uba, unya ang mga binangkal. Kitkita gyud ub-uba, ang sobra tipigi. Bitterness and defiance. Iniguli ato niya, inigtungtong niya tungod ni anang pultahana, gubata dayon ug binangkal.
Prose is written in a third person point of view, wherein the speaker or the narrator is an omniscient observer who can access or who has an access to the thoughts and feelings of, or who is who has empathy with Penelope and with other characters also. The primary conflict of this prose is man versus self and man versus society, in which Penelope is grappling with emotional turmoil caused by her husband's infidelity and societal expectations of women before. So in the prose, it has three literary devices. First, we have the symbolism. The Binangkal uh, shows a potent symbol of both physical object and a metaphor for Penelope's um, broken heart and the pain that she endures. It also symbolizes the resilience and um, her ability to find strength amidst adversity. Second, we have irony. So the prose ironically bring bring together the image of Penelope a symbol of unwavering loyalty with the reality of her husband's infidelity. Lastly, we have imagery. So the vivid image of the binangkal, the act of crocheting and anticipation of her husband's return creates a strong sensory experience for the readers. To sum everything up, Binangkal Penelope is a feminist poem that critiques the societal gender roles and the traditional expectations of women. So also the binangkal is a strong metaphor that symbolizes the woman or Penelope's broken heart and the pain that she endures. Through this poem, Almerino gives voices to the countless women who have suffered or who goes through these same experiences. And that would be everything for Binangkal Penelope. Thank you.